Austrian. You are here in Tasmania to meet Michael Goggenberg because you are doing a documentary about Michael. Why?
Michael and I, we know each other since we were teenagers, like 13 or 14 years old. We met in the southern area of Vienna, and since then we are friends. And I had an idea just to do a little bit of drone footage of Michael's boat while he was preparing the boat for the GGR, and that's the point when Julia comes into the game.
Julia, you are the director.
Yes.
Doing a documentary, it is a lot of work, and I think at that stage you are doing the docu but you have no money.
I know.
How you can start to do something so big without money?
First of all, it kind of just happened. It wasn't planned at first. We were just, for 1 week we were visiting Michael in Les Sables d'Olonne and just shooting a small video for him to maybe get a sponsor for himself. And after coming back and finishing the small video, the story just, I kept it in my head, and I thought it is such an amazing story, and Michael is such a wonderful character, so devoted to his dream to do the Golden Globe race, that I thought we just had to do it. But
for you, it is a huge investment because you were in Les Sables d'Olonne. I don't even speak only about the money to do that, to go to Les Sables d'Olonne. You were in Lanzarote, you fly half of the world to Tasmania, and how you can find the energy, how Michael could convince you because you could do a docu, a shortest one, because your plan is to do 90 minutes, which is huge.
I think it's just, the story is so amazing that I didn't want to compress it in just a short video, but to give it also the space it needs and it has to offer as a story. And even Michael, when we first started shooting, it was 2.5 years ago, I think. And yes. Ever since that, his journey kept on fascinating me, and I really wanted to know what his motivation is in this also, and the different stages he goes through, like before the start and after just beginning the race, and now here halfway through the race. I was so interested in talking to him, in seeing him, how he's doing, and just to get this moment also on camera for the docu. Yes, it wouldn't be the same just to hire a local production company to do it, because I think we have a special connection to him, all three of us. I mean, Clara is not here at the moment, but she's our camera operator, and we were working on this together from the start, so I really, just wanted to do it. And we got a little bit of money because we started a crowdfunding campaign for coming to Tasmania. So that was also very important for us, that this journey is even possible with the crowdfunding campaign, because
it's still on?
No, it finished like 1 month after the start. But without the money from the crowdfunding campaign, we wouldn't have been able to come here, because it's the other side of the world and it's a long journey, and we stay here for 3 weeks even, because we didn't know when Michael will arrive. And when we go here from Austria to Tasmania, there is no point in missing him for a few days. So we just kind of had to do it. And what gives me the motivation is just, I love working on that story. It makes me happy and gives me a lot of energy in return.
It's more the race, which is a retro race, so different from today and for the big sports events, or is more axed on Michael, a person that you know who is doing something so big, because it is his first circumnavigation. He was the first one when Don organized the race, I think, to say, I want to do the GGR in 2017. He couldn't, the first one. And how do you, if it is possible to ask, without microphone, my question is too long, how will be your docu? What's the angle? What you try to show to us from that race?
I think, of course, the race is important, and it gives us the storyline or the sorry. Yeah, the race is of course important for the story, but what fascinates and interests me the most is Michael's development. In these years preparing for the race and now doing this, yeah, we think 240 days almost alone at sea. I'm really interested what will happen to him and what he will also get to know about himself and what the solitude and challenges do with him and what he will do after finishing the race, because yeah, he's so devoted now, and I'm also wondering what will be when he finishes, and we really hope that he will finish it. Yes, and
sorry. Go ahead.
And maybe I have to think a little bit. But I thought it was so beautiful what you said like 2 days ago when we did the interview with you.
I'm going to interview everyone.
Yes. You said that, and that's really true, he's not someone who had a sponsor from the first day. He also didn't have the money to do it, like theoretically, but he kept on doing it and fighting for his dream. And so he's like an ordinary person, like one of us, but he's doing an extraordinary thing, like the Golden Globe race. And yeah, I think it's just a story that is worth being told, actually.
And Martin, because we know Julia will do it until the end and everything looks so easy, so perfect, because it's a good story, so it's easy. What's the most difficult part for you? You are the sound director in the story. What do you think, not for your job, but in this docu who start from nothing and who will be the first documentary about the GGR 2022, because you plan to have it ready for next year, I think. What's the most difficult?
The most difficult thing for doing this documentation, from my point of view, is the traveling. To be honest, I hate sitting in airplanes. Prefer sitting on a sailboat, and when we work together, then it's more a state of professionality that comes into my mind. So we all have to do our jobs, and it's no different from another job. The only thing that really makes me so proud of doing is that I know Michael so well, and the more I think into the story, the more I understand how the GGR is a challenge which is not comparable. There are so many problems for the sailors, not for us. I mean, we can handle it, we can somehow handle it, and we can afterwards, when we do something wrong, we can, in most cases, we can fix it. Yeah. But if Michael does 1 or 2 mistakes, the race is over for him. So I think it's not difficult for us. It's we are blessed to have this opportunity working together with all of you and with the GGR community, and also with Michael, of course, and all the other skippers. So I would say there is not really a big problem, beside my afraid of flights, my fear of flights. Sorry.
When do you think we can see it next year? Beginning, middle, end of the year?
I think. No. I think it depends. If we get more funding, and we're applying for funding now in Austria, we will finish it end of this year or in the beginning of the next year. But if we get no money and I have to edit it on my own, it will take a little bit more time. So it will be like middle or end of next year, I would say.
Will you come to show your docu in Les Sables d'Olonne to us?
Yes.
For not too much money, we don't have so much money to pay, but I think with the cinema, with the theater, we can organize something.
Oh yes.
Maybe, yeah, next year, wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible.
That would be nice.
What could we wish you for this year? You both. Except money.
What do we wish
this
for?
year of editing or trying to find money to explain your beautiful project to people that sometimes, very often maybe, will just watch you and go pass away because they don't mind. For them it's not.
I believe that the film will be a success. I believe that the documentary will be a success because everybody I'm telling about the GGR, you know, after people start to think, what is it? Then these questions raise up, like, how does he deal with the food? Wow, the Southern Ocean, it's so dangerous. How can he sleep? I mean, all these questions will be answered in the documentary, and therefore, I don't know. I'm quite happy now. If you ask me how it could be better, I have no answer. It's perfect. Yes. I like it as it is at the moment.
And also, what was so beautiful, I think, for all of us here in Hobart, in Tasmania, was to see also how important it is for Michael to get in contact with us again and to share some thoughts, just talk about, you know, everyday things for him and everyday things for us, and not only to film him while he is here. So the exchange was also really good, and I think we help each other a lot. Like, Michael helps us and we also support him, and that's good for all of us.
It was not too hard to just couldn't give him an orange or a hug. When you see him arriving in the night, so tired.
I was close to shake his hand. Yes, but he was like, no.
Yeah, it's impossible. And then it's serving everything.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course, we would love to just have hugged him 1,000 of times, I think, while he was here. But we just went out with a really small rowboat, like, every night, and just talked to him. And one night we brought a bottle of wine, and he had a bottle of wine on board from his stash. And so we were sitting in the rowboat, like, really low, and he was sitting on his boat. And then we shared somehow this bottle of wine together, and it was just beautiful.
Or without the documentary, for him and for you, this is a memory for life.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your passion. See you soon in RSO. Can't wait to see your movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Was fasziniert mich am Golden Globe Race? Grenzen suchen, eigene Grenzen vor allem suchen, mentale eigene Grenzen suchen. Es ist ein bisschen der Mount Everest von den Seefahrern. Es ist einfach das Wildeste, was man machen kann. In einem langsamen Boot um die Welt fahren. Es sind jedenfalls schon sehr viel mehr Menschen im Weltraum gewesen, als um die Welt gesegelt sind solo.
Hallo. In 505 Tagen bin ich schon unterwegs.
In 290 Tagen bin ich bereits unterwegs.
Und in 154 Tagen sind wir alle schon unterwegs.
60 Gläser Kirschen und 60 Gläser Zwetschgen, und dann kommt eben immer das Gespräch, ne? Was? Nicht stehen bleiben? Was? Nichts nachladen dürfen? Was? Was? Ja, das ist so. Ja, warum macht man denn das? Warum macht man das?
Ich bin jetzt nicht der Obersegler, der jetzt schon 17 Mal um die Welt gesegelt ist oder überhaupt lange Strecken viel gesegelt ist. Und es war für mich immer wieder die Frage, wo handle ich mich da gerade hin? Mein Gefühl sagt mir, dass alle Ängste, die nicht bewältigt sind bis dorthin, werden dich überholen.
Aber was dann ist, sagst du mir nach dem Rennen.